Welcome to part 7 of the tutorial series. Today we will be adding a form from scratch. As you may recall from the previous tutorials, we added a form by using the Form Express wizard. Another way to add a form is to click on the Add button and click Form. Let's give our form a name. Let's call it Product. Now we are presented with a blank canvas. To add controls to the canvas, right-click, Insert, and add the control. To modify settings, simply select the control and, for example, let's give this label a caption. Let's add some more controls. The list of controls will grow in this view here, depending on how many controls we have in the canvas. We also have some basic settings like positioning. Remember that the full theme settings are set on the application build side, not inside the form building part. We also have control settings as we select the controls. We also have parameters that we will discuss in a later tutorial, and we also have the list of controls we can add to the canvas displayed here, as well as in the right click menu. Let's add a lookup drop down. To do that, we simply add a drop down. A drop down can be connected to a custom list of items or to a data view that we prepared earlier for this demonstration. Let's click on the drop down and give it a name. We can click on data source and we have custom items or a data view source. In this example, let's choose data view and select our categories data view. The columns in the view will be listed in these drop downs. Let us display the category name to the user, and let us also save the category name to the database. Let us add a numeric control for the price. Right click, Insert, Numeric. Let's align the controls and set some properties. Let's add a custom item drop down. We'll call it markup. Insert drop down. Again, align the control. Give it an appropriate name. And click on data source. Now we will add custom items. For example, 25%, 50%, and let's say 75%. And click next. At this stage, if we view the form's metadata, we can click on the metadata and we'll see that we don't have any columns at this stage. We only have a physical table generated in the database for us with no columns yet. If we save this form at this stage, we can click on the metadata icon again and we'll see that we have generated columns as well as the columns that we created. And we can click Close. Let us do something a bit more interesting with this form, and in this example we will interact with the sheet below. Right click, add a label. Let's call this label Total. Let's insert another label and have a default value of 0.00. Let's prepare our worksheet at the bottom. We'll do a simple calculation where we will multiply the price times the markup and display it in this label over here. So let's prepare this worksheet. A1, we can enter a default value for 0, for example. Let's add the default value for the first item in our drop-down, 1.25 for example, and this will be the result. So let's say A1 times B1. Now we can hook up our controls to the worksheet. If we click price, we can write to A1. Simply click on write to text box, click on the cell in the worksheet below and press enter. Now the numeric drop down is connected to, now the numeric control is connected to A1. Let's link up the markup to B1. Write to B1, enter. Labels may read from the sheet, so click on label, read from C1 and press enter. Now we can resize the control appropriately and click save. You'll notice that the metadata hasn't changed because the labels do not write to the database, so we have the exact same column still in the database. Let us use this control. Let's go to our sales application. Let us add a new page. Call it product. Yes, we'll leave the header and footer, and it is a content page. Let's click save. To add your custom forms that you created, right click, insert, go to forms, and if you don't see your form over here, simply click on more. Let's go to our product form and select. We'll also add a save button to save the data to the database. Now we can preview this form. Let's enter a value for product. We can select an item from the drop-down, and we can see that our drop-down has loaded successfully. We can enter a price, and as soon as we exit the price numeric control, we can see that our sheet has calculated the total for us. So if we change this drop-down, for example, the value will be recalculated. Let us save this. To check if we have data in this table, go to your desktop, click on our product table, right click, table view, and we can see that we saved the record into the database. And that is how simple it is to create your own interactive form. Thank you for watching.